Did you ever see a person that married himself? Did you ever see? Well, today everything is possible. Soon they're going to say, if you want to marry the tripod, just bring it, then we can take a picture for the ID. Everything is possible. You're not allowed to say your identity and your sex and application, your parent, parent 1, parent 2, parent 5. Soon they're going to have a list of 500 parents. What do you have to do with a baby? I'm also a parent. Huh?
It's a real thing, you can marry yourself.
You can marry yourself?
Yeah.
Why? I didn't even know what I'm getting into.
Get a tax break?
I promise you, I never knew it. They actually have this idea.
Yeah.
So you can actually be the wife and the husband? Everything in America is possible. Anyway, Rabotai, how can you marry yourself? Let's think for a second. In a kosher way, not in a democrat way. Democratic. The answer is, one day you die, and you go to your trial, and Hashem decides to send you back to the world in 2 different bodies. Split your soul. Part of your soul comes in a man, parts of your soul come in a woman. And what do? Hashem introduced this man to a woman in a shidduch. They like each other. Wow, you're exactly like me. Of course I'm like you. I'm you fool. They just don't know it. And they get married. And they say, wow, how you guys get along so nice? We are 100% in every opinion. We have full agreement. We never had an argument. We never had a disagreement. When her leg hurt, my legs hurts as well. So therefore, a person can actually marry himself spiritually. It's obviously 2 different bodies. But if you were able to hypnotize them, both of them will describe themselves as the same person from past life. It's possible. Not only that, a person can marry himself 500 times. Now I got your attention. I saw those who were about to fall asleep woke up now. How can you marry yourself 500 times? The answer is, the Ari HaKadosh say, the master of Kabbalah, the Ari HaKadosh say, that a person can come back in reincarnation in 1,000 bodies. One soul divided to 1,000 bodies. Now when you have 1,000 bodies, 500 men, 500 women, if Hashem wants, He will marry all of them together. So you have 500 weddings in Brooklyn this year, all of them was Reuven. You never ever heard such thing, huh? This you never heard anywhere. We have to have copyrights on it. Yes.
During the resurrection, which soul comes back?
Oh, here comes the genius now. Why? That's a missile. Now he's asking a good question. Good question. A bomb, mamash a bomb. He's dropping a bomb. During the resurrection of the dead, which one of them will resurrect? You have 1,000 bodies, and it's all one soul. So now, I'll give you all the options. Option 1, all of them. What's the problem? Soul is divided to 1,000 bodies, they all rise. Reuven, Yitzchak, Shimon, Avner, they all used to be Yosef. Now there are 1,000 people. Soul revived the body, and they have life, and they enjoy the greatness of Hashem. Second option, from all the bodies that the soul was in, the most righteous one. The other one is disposable. And the third option, only the final reincarnation. Why? Because the other ones are not relevant anymore. We all follow the end. The end of the test. You passed or you didn't pass. So the answer is one of the 3. There's big arguments about it. But now, because of what I said before, I actually answer myself one of the 3 dilemmas. If a person came back in few bodies, a minute before the Mashiach came, and it's going to be now the resurrection of the dead, so they are all alive. The question is, what happened if he came back in 10 bodies, and they all died, and a year later the resurrection of the dead began? All 10 bodies are the last Gilgul. They had previous 200 years ago, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, but the 10 are the most recent. So which one of them will rise from the 10? Well, then we'll have to say the most righteous one. Because now he has 2 conditions. He's a final one, plus the most righteous one. But this is all assumption. I don't want to say speculation because we don't speculate, but this is assumption based on common sense and based on other subjects of the Torah. There's really no clear answer to this question. I searched a lot for that. And I saw all the opinions of the biggest rabbis that lived. Ben Ish Chai, say what? Rav Pe'alim, say what? Rav Pe'alim, say what?
The most righteous.
The most righteous. That's one of the opinions. It's not his opinion. This is already hundreds of years earlier that this question raised. We will see. What about the Goyim? Will they also come back in resurrection of the dead? If the Goyim has Olam Haba, right? The Gemara in Sanhedrin say, why wouldn't they resurrect? Righteous Goyim. Righteous Goyim, they resurrect. How do we know they will resurrect? Because it's written in the prophets that when after the Mashiach would come and there's not going to be any more evil inclination, there's never going to be a war anymore, no anti-Semitism, no hate, none of this, no wars. And what's going to happen? The Jewish nation will spread the light of the Torah to the nations. If there's not going to be nations, who are they going to teach? The monkeys? They have to teach someone. There has to be nations. There's only going to be righteous Goyim. Goyim that Hashem is pleased with, meaning they fulfill their obligation in life. They're not sinners, they're not criminals. They didn't fight the Jews, they didn't steal, they didn't murder, they didn't worship any idols. So they're good Goyim, they love Hashem, they even pray to Him. Decent Goyim, there are millions like this in the world. And very, very possible, for sure it's going to happen, that in the resurrection of the dead you will have more Goyim in the world than Jews. Because even if you take all the righteous Jews in history and combine them all, it's going to be, I don't know, 50 million, 100 million, whatever it's going to be. There's still going to be more righteous Goyim throughout the generations that follow the 7 laws of Noah. Some of them is before Christianity even started, or before Islam started, or before Buddhism started. We're talking 6,000 years of hundreds of millions of Goyim. And now it's billions. So it's very possible that you have more righteous Goyim in the world than actually righteous Jews in the time of the resurrection. But this is, like I say, I don't know. Only Hashem knows who will rise and who's not.